What's going on, guys? My name's Theoatrix, and today I'm going to be explaining player identification in Oldschool Runescape, and I'm going to go through what exactly it is, where it is relevant, and a bit more information of how it works in practice. Getting right into it, PID, or player identification, is basically the ID that is given to a player when they log in and every few game ticks. Every single world in Oldschool Runescape has 2,000 slots for player IDs, where basically when you log in, you get allocated one of these IDs, but it does change. And with the update in April 2016, Jagex actually updated the settings for PID in Oldschool, and now your player ID actually changes every 100 to 150 game ticks. Before this, it would change every single game tick, so there could be one tick where you have PID over someone else, and then the next game tick, they have PID over you. Basically, what the player ID does is it determines which player is given priority over the other player in specific activities. And I'm going to explain those activities, which it really becomes relevant right now. The main one here is at the duel arena, and while you're dueling someone, you'll see that at the start of the fight, one player's hit splat comes up before the other, and the person that gets theirs shown up first, so when they attack someone and theirs comes up first, that means they have a lower player ID than the other player, so they have one that is closer to 1 rather than 2,000. A few other examples are when someone is lighting a fire. If you light a fire at the same time on the same tile. Another one is who can open and shut doors first. So if you're standing at a doorway and someone's spam clicking a door, the person with the lowest player ID will be able to open the door and shut the door before you. Another one is picking up items at drop parties or at the Grand Exchange, anything like that. The person with the lowest picks them up first, and things like PKing, it becomes very relevant. So when people, let's say, are Darok fighting and both players are on really low hit points and they both take out their great axe, the person with the lowest player ID will get the hit first and will most likely kill the other person first. So it can be used to your advantage. So as you've noticed, the person with the lowest player ID always hits first or gets access to things first. Now, originally at the start of Oldschool Runescape, player ID was determined by your connection to the server. So the people with the highest connection would get the lowest PID, so they would get a big advantage over other people. And then Jagex transitioned into the randomized PID system where every single game tick was different, but then that made it a little bit too inconsistent and you weren't able to really time your special attacks and things like that in PvP. So what they've done now, as I said before, it updates every 100 to 150 game ticks, which in my opinion is far more fair. So that brings me to the point that player ID and ping are not related whatsoever. PID is the server's way of identifying who you are and which priority you're given, and ping is your connection to the server. And of course, having a larger ping will sometimes make your PID seem like it's a higher number, but in reality, it's your ping giving you a delay. Game ticks are the main thing responsible here for any delays from ping, but not from PID. I'm going to talk about game ticks in a soon to come video. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a better understanding of what player ID is. There's no way to abuse it as they've done in the recent system last year, and this is as it should be. There should be no way for people to be able to manipulate PID to get higher PID or lower PID. But yeah, if you have any questions, because I feel it might have been a little bit tricky to understand, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Anyways, guys, now it's time for clip of the day. Today's clip of the day is from Javi C, who currently sits at level 97 rune crafting and was crafting soul runes. And as you can see, he has the rune crafting pet, but if you look closely in the chat box, it says he has a funny feeling that he would have been followed, meaning he had a second chance at getting the pet just then. Getting the rune crafting pet alone is awesome, but having the chance at another pet is so lucky, man. That's definitely something awesome to show with your friends. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you learned something today about player ID. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video. Also, subscribe if you're new. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.